Improve yourself daily. All it takes is a little awareness and the need and want to get better in your life. You know that bettering yourself is being on the right track, so why would you not want to do it daily? You know what you really need to do. You just have to make the decision to get out and do this consistently. This may just mean changing your mind to start to be successful in your life, being disciplined, getting yourself together. Changing in your mind does mean that you are then going to have to put into place a system that gets you to run yourself and therefore to manage yourself professionally. You will have to bite the bullet. What I'm saying is that there can be no half measures. When you commit to fixing you, then you need to put in a program to fix you, and it has to be consistent. So think about it and make sure that you want to get on board. If you do, then just follow this video series and we'll put you right. We will give you the correct guidance so that you can start to improve yourself on a daily basis. If you are game, then welcome aboard. If you are not, then you know where to come when you change your mind. So what is required and how can you start on this journey? Well, you're going to need a plan, Stan. You're going to have to put aside the lazy way of thinking, and you're going to have to pull out of your spin and get yourself back online. There are many things that may need fixing, but we've got to be realistic and get you to address one at a time. You see, if you are in a bad situation, then chances are, if you try to address too much at the same time, then it will become overwhelming. We therefore don't want to overwhelm you. Here is a hypothetical awareness tool that you need to visualize and use throughout this journey. It is called the action gauge. This is a hypothetical gauge that you need to visualize in your mind. It is something that you need to take seriously because then you can manage the amount of action you can put yourself through, and you can play with the action throttle so that you can keep yourself from overwhelm. This allows you to control the stress in your life. Once you can visualize this gauge and recognize that you hold the key to allowing yourself to either be stressed or not, then you can prevent all overwhelmed situations and drastically lower or remove stress from your life. You see, it is you that says yes to things that you don't really want to do. It is you that agrees with some decision that makes you do things against your will. We understand that you cannot say no to everything because you are responsible for certain things, but just start to reduce your yes sir, no sir activities. How does the virtual gauge work? When you're feeling calm but productive and all is well, then visualize the gauge A in the green. When you are bored and have nothing to handle, nothing to do, then gauge B would be displaying low. When you are stressed or overwhelmed, then you would see gauge C in the red, in overload. In case A, you can take on more action. You can do more if need be. In case B, you are not doing enough and you need to get into action, become productive. In case C, you've taken on too much or too many issues are coming at you. You need to restrict any further action and slow things down because you are feeling stressed. So you hold the key to getting more things done, or saying no to some things or putting them off for another time. You do, however, need to get into action and start to do things. In other words, this hypothetical gauge must not be used to make excuses to not getting anything done. But then you knew that, didn't you? However, you do need to be very much aware that when things start to get a little busy and you are just starting to feel a bit too much action, or there is just a little bit too much being demanded from you, then it is at this point that you need to change your tactics and turn down your action. It is with your management that you keep inside the green range. You ideally need to stay in action, but just out of overload. This is a healthy place to be because it keeps you on purpose. If you feel that things are becoming a bit too demanding, then make a conscious decision to reduce your activity. Reduce your game just a little. When you can control your life in this way, then you have learnt to use a magnificent tool in your life. In my experience, it works extremely well, and I have had great success with it. I must admit that it took me a long time to get it right. In other words, I dreamed up this gauge for my use and recognized how I needed to manage my stressful events. I knew what I needed to do, but I did not master it for quite some time. It took me lots of practice to get it right. So go ahead and use this system. It does wonders once you have it under your control. The video series ahead of you can definitely bring you back online. It can definitely turn you around from being not focused and not motivated to increasing your drive and placing you back into the driver's seat of life. So now that we have given you the action gauge, you can prevent yourself from getting too stressed and you can manage your life from here onwards. We do, however, need to give you a way forward so that you can grow into and expand consistently. Slowly does it nicely. Here is a route that you can follow. First, watch the expansion video called Expansion in You. This will be linked at the end of this video. Thereafter, I would advise that you watch the playlist called Self-Improvement. This playlist provides you with an introduction to a self-management system where you get to run your life that has a routine and a structure. For that, watch the Story So Far video. If you got something from this video, then please like and share. Subscribe if you want to get all the latest video releases. I wish you well in improving yourself and your life. You are the one that can make the change. You make your own success. Regards, lots of healing.